Raise your hand if you're sick again. Is it COVID? No one knows because I'll test positive anyways. Is that true? I take all of my news from Jon Stewart on The Daily Show, so I haven't really watched the news in well over a decade, so I am behind. I don't know what's happening. I have a little cold. I'll be okay. This is going to be a short podcast. Just wanted to jump in and say, hey, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing okay. I hope you had a great Mother's Day if you celebrate Mother's Day. If you don't, then fuck her. She was probably a jerk anyways. No. Or R.I.P. That a little harsh to start the podcast. I know there's people who don't get along with their parents. I sympathize. I had a double. I had like, it's nice, or I guess, yeah, it was nice. I had a double Mother's Day. Started the day off with my girlfriend and her kids. Did the thing where, do you think people have kids just so they get to celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day? Because from what I've seen, it's better than a birthday, I think, because I feel like birthdays are just like, oh, everyone has a birthday, fuck your birthday. Mother's Day, her kids were like cool about like not waking her up. We let her sleep. They made cards. We made her breakfast. I made her breakfast. I got in trouble though for not making the eggs in the shape of an M, which still don't think that that's possible. But it's funny what you can get in trouble for from a 7-year-old. You're like, listen, you really fucked this up. Why aren't the eggs in the shape of an M? Also, the 4-year-old was making a card for her mom with like all of the people in her life. And she's like, why don't we put this person's name down? And that person was her ex-boyfriend. And she's like, well, we should put his name because mommy knows him. I'm like, well, how about we don't? How about, because no, thank you. I wouldn't like that. But we did that. We hung out. It was nice. Shout out, by the way, to everyone, because I know inflation gets talked about a lot, and I don't know shit. I really don't. By the way, I do want to say, though, just about inflation. Saw a comment on my recent visit to Joey's Joint. Someone said, Lee Syatt has a celebrity net worth of $5 million. If celebrity net worth has made its way down to me to guess what I have, and their website's done. You finished. You found all the celebrities and guessed their net worth. Make another website, because A, I'm not a celebrity. B, if you think my net worth is a tenth of $5 million, you're wrong. Just not even close. But I got 3 people flowers for Mother's Day, because I'm cheating on my girlfriend. No. I got one for my girlfriend, my mom, and then a friend's mom. And it's expensive. Oh, and I got her mom. The one thing I will say, fuck you too, edible arrangements. You guys have some goddamn nerve charging $4 per strawberry. It really, and not even a thank you. Like, you call and they're like, fuck you for calling. Where's my $50 for a dozen strawberries with some shitty chocolate on it? Anyways, but this is what I'll say about flowers. One of the best things I've done in my life, this is sad that it's one of the best, but it's one of my tricks. When I lived in LA, I would get my mom flowers for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, right? And maybe her birthday. No, just 2. And I did a couple from one of those online florists, and they always sucked. And I just went on Yelp. I know, haha, Yelp, but it helps. So please, Yelp, pay me. I found a florist near my mom, and I've been going for years, and it's way better. They remember you, and I went to go pick up dinner on Friday night at like 9:00, and I was just sitting there because I had to wait for it to be ready, and there were these like 3 or 4 women in a florist office like 2 days before Mother's Day fucking busting their ass until like 9:30. And I know for a fact, not for a fact, I would bet that they had been there since at least 9 that morning. Let's just say, which is probably late. They probably got there before 8. So they were there at 9:30, like busting their ass for something they know is going to die, and people are going to be upset for how much they're being charged for it. But like, I almost don't have a problem paying these smaller companies. Like, yeah, fuck edible arrangements all the way to hell. $4 a strawberry. Suck my balls. Sorry. But like small companies, like I don't think they want to charge what they're charging. I don't think they like it. Some do. Some people are dicks. But like the fact that things are so expensive, there's nothing I can do about it. There really isn't. There's nothing anyone can do about it. I mean, there's someone somewhere can do it. But like when I see people like getting mad at like business owners or like what is with all these fucking robberies, by the way? Sorry to swear. Not that you care. I just said suck my balls. But I keep seeing these like videos of people robbing businesses, and it's like this world has gotten so fucked up, and it's just sad. Like, yeah, you can say, oh, like even me, edible. I don't want anyone to rob edible arrangements. I just think you should go buy a package of strawberries, dip it in some fucking chocolate, and sell it for $2 a strawberry, which is still a lot of fucking money for a strawberry, I think. I don't know. And then take them down that way. Take them down the honorable way. But I honestly do feel like it's like a nice thing. I don't know, to support people. Like if I had balls, I would be, I don't know, either being a stand-up or following my dream of being an OnlyFans creator. But I do like my 9 to 5, but it's not easier because there's pros and cons to both. But running your own business is fucking just awful. It really, and I've done a very small part of it, and I can't imagine like those women who were there until 9:30. How many people called like me? Not this year. I did it like a week early this year, but call the day before and want it done, or call and complain, or call and say that they never got it, so their credit card charges you back. It's just like when you own your own business, you're getting fucked at all points. And if you can survive doing your own shit, it's worth an extra 10. I respect people who do that. So, and it's not just like that. People like Uber drivers, and I know they aren't owning a business, but like you're out there all fucking day dealing with people. Fucking, you know what? And I got very lucky. I worked a bunch of minimum wage jobs in high school and college. And I was lucky enough that I grew up in with a good school district, and my parents were doing well, and I split paying college with my parents, and I got lucky. But I worked with a lot of people who at like 60, 50 years old are working the same job as me. And I can't imagine. I literally don't know how some people have like survive, like have the will to live. Like if I was still on my feet for 12 hours a day for minimum wage at 33, I'd be home. I would definitely be homeless by now. So with all the complaining that's going around, and with everything everything that is terrible about the world, I don't really have much to tell you guys this week. I really don't. I wanted to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone, and I want to say that if you're struggling or getting by. Like, you're doing a fucking good job. Like, the fact that those women in that, I wanted to go buy them dinner, but I'm fat and cheap, and I was I had you remember, I think Louis C.K. had a joke. I'm almost positive it was him talking about seeing a soldier getting on a plane, and Louis had the idea to offer him his first class ticket, and he didn't, but he felt proud of himself for thinking it. I had that moment. I had a bag full of Italian food. It was my cheat night. I was going home. It was 9:30. I just watched these women. They literally were locking up at like 9:30. And I was like, ooh, I should go give them this food and just order food again for me and my girlfriend. And then I was like, ooh, chicken parm looks good though. And I kind of want to go home. So I didn't, but I felt good about having the thought. That would have been nice to have offered them this dinner. But just the fact that they were busting their ass, it just made me feel good about, as shitty as some people can be and as shitty as the world can be on an almost second by second basis, there's a lot of people out there who are just somehow not killing them. Like, the fact that more people aren't just like, you know what, well, fuck it, let's just do some heroin until it stops working. I get, like, being an adult, I understand that impulse now to be like, hey, let's just be homeless and do heroin, and then at one point, the heroin's just going to be real good, and then life won't suck anymore because we'll be dead. And I hope if that's you, please get help. I'm not saying life's going to be better, but please get help. You're living on the street. You're probably not listening to this podcast. But if you're going through shit like that, you know, maybe your mom was a shitty mom, or maybe your wife is a terrible mother. Who knows? Maybe your husband didn't get you anything for Mother's Day. You're doing a fucking good job, man. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much for watching and listening to this podcast. I know it was short. If I don't have anything real big to say, I'm not going to keep you guys here for long. I appreciate all of you guys. I appreciate the love and support I've gotten for over 10 years. I'm not ending this podcast, but my life is changing. I'm almost 6 months into this job. I'm not getting high on the internet anymore. Who knows what'll happen? But I want to keep the lines of communication open. Some of these might be shorter than others. I just want to say you're doing great. Have a great week. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And I'll see you next week on What Was I Thinking?